Welcome back. About 15 minutes after the hour. Well, Hillary Clinton holds the lead in national polls, but the race for the White House is a lot closer in the battleground states like Colorado, Florida, Wisconsin, and North Carolina. So should the Clinton campaign be panicking? Well, joining us now for a fair and balanced debate, Democratic strategist and national spokesperson for MoveOn.org, Karine, Jean-Pierre, and Fox News contributor Pete Snyder. Thank you both for waking up so early this morning.
Good morning.
Thanks, Abby. Good to see you.
All right, so Pete, I'll start with you. I mean, we know the national polls here, but we also know that it comes down to these swing states. And in those swing states, as I just mentioned, it's looking awfully close. You think about Colorado, Florida, Wisconsin, North Carolina. Should the Clinton camp start to be a little nervous about things?
Well, Abby, I think panic is probably too strong of a word when you have a Clinton campaign that's dealing with a historically unpopular candidate and FBI charges looming against them all the time. So they always have a mild grade of panic going on at any point in time. But sure, they should be concerned. She's running a terrible campaign so far, and after the month that Donald Trump had of self-inflicted wounds, she should be running away with this thing.
Yeah, you mentioned a good point, Karine, the fact that you have two candidates actually this go around with probably some of the highest unfavorable ratings we've seen in a long time. I mean, should both sides be panicking at this moment?
Look, it's June. We're talking about polls in June. The race is in November. So, you know, polls this early on are not very reliable. So it's going to go up and it's going to go down. And look, these are battleground states. They're called battleground states for a reason. We all knew they were going to tighten up. And it's going to be a really, really close election. And also, just to add to just a little bit to this, is that they were looking at registered voters. Registered voters, testing registered voters are not historically reliable. It's much better poll when we have likely voters.
No.
So just don't want the panic to be just there yet, because we still have a long ways to go, and it's June.
No, that's a great point, Pete. I mean, the conventions haven't even happened yet. What should both campaigns be focused on in the next few weeks? I mean, now it's really about uniting the parties, and both sides, if you think about it, have some work to do. I mean, Bernie Sanders is still in the race. You have Donald Trump, who, you know, is struggling to unite the GOP still at this moment.
Sure, Donald Trump needs to stay out of his own way. You have current events, you know, you have this horrible thing happen, a terrorism attack in Orlando. You have the Brexit. All these things really look at the current administration, the policies coming out of the Obama administration, and what Hillary Clinton has supported over the past couple of years. And it's an indictment of those years. So the current events couldn't be better for Donald Trump. He just needs to stay out of his own way.
Karine, it's interesting. There was so much talk about a potential GOP contested convention, and here we have, just a few weeks from now, the Democrats who are still, you know, they haven't locked it up yet.
Yeah, I think that'll change. I think we'll unify just like we did in 2008. And I think when it comes to Bernie Sanders, he's always has said that he's all in to beat Donald Trump in November. So I think we'll be fine at the end of the day. Look, I think Hillary Clinton needs to continue what she's doing, which is surgically attacking Donald Trump on the economy and also foreign policy like she's done in the past, and also continue to raise that money, because it's all going to be on the ground, right? That's how this race is going to be won, in those 12 key battleground states. And also she has to continue, like she has, talking about increasing minimum wage, expanding Social Security, and all of those important things that working Americans care about. So if she continues to do that, we'll be in a good place.
As you said about the ground game, Pete, that's something that Donald Trump is having to figure out pretty quickly here. He's someone that's never run for office before.
Sure. He has a lot of work ahead of him in the next couple weeks and months. That said, if you look at the enthusiasm gap that Hillary Clinton is facing, our folks on the Republican side are motivated. They don't like what's been going on in the country over the past 7.5 years, and they want real change. You look at what happened across the lake in Britain. You know, the same type of thing is going to hit our shores pretty soon.
Well, long way to go, Pete Snyder and Karine, Jean-Pierre. Thanks for being up with us. We appreciate it.